Welcome to Ghost Talk from my living room. Need a change of scenery, so I came in here. Today I want to talk about the Ouija board. Some like it, some don't. Some have positive experiences with it, some have negative. I've only had the negative happen to me, which I've only really messed with it once. Some say that it doesn't hold power, that it's just a cardboard with numbers on it, but have you ever seen the movie The Exorcist? That is exactly how it started out, and it was a little boy, not a girl. They portrayed in Hollywood as it being a girl. It was a boy who opened up a gateway to hell, and there you go. If you like it, fine. You know, personal preference, but I for one do not. I do not allow it in my home. I won't even touch one. I caution my friends against it. They seem to think it's all fun, but what they don't realize is that there is a right way and a wrong way to use one. Let's start off with my personal experience about it. I was 14, went to a slumber party, and was asked if I wanted to play with the Ouija board. And I went, oh, cool, what's that? They said, well, you could talk to the dead. Now, mind you, big chicken back in the day, didn't really know if that was such a good idea or not. So we all formed a circle, and we set it out on the table, and we all put our fingers on it, and I wasn't the one that was asking the questions, my friend was, and it just started moving. I got to laughing, going, yeah, stop it, you know. But you put your one little finger on it, and it just, you know, some say it's the pulse from your finger and moving it, but I detest that because I've actually seen it move without fingers being on it. So, anyway, I'm rambling. Let me get to the point here. We got the spirit of a young boy. He was about 17, and he died in a wagon accident. Supposedly the wagon wheel broke, and the wagon flipped over, and he flung out, and it landed on top of him and killed him. And the more questions we asked, the more agitated that the spirit of this young man got to be. And one of my friends asked if he was in heaven or hell, and when she said that, there was like a big loud thumping at the front door, and the curtains on the window started going crazy. It scared me. I ran, jumped in a sleeping bag, zipped it up. I said, I'm not fooling with that no more. It's over with. And that was the end of that. I did a lot of praying. No other dealings with the Ouija board until, oh gosh, 12 or 13 years ago. Me and my ex-best friend. I had this friend who had been in a car wreck, and we went up to help his grandmother take care of him. And he proceeded to tell us that he had this Ouija board, and I don't even remember how the subject got brought up. But we were all sitting there, and he said, you know, I've got something to tell you girls. And we're like, okay. He said that he had this Ouija board that his uncle gave him. Now, he said that his uncle had killed himself in that house. I'm like, ew, okay, yeah. And he said every time he'd give that Ouija board away, it would come back. And I'm like, yeah, right, sure, whatever. He even tried to burn it, and it wouldn't burn. And this is no joke. I was sitting with my back up against the closet, and as he was talking about the Ouija board, I heard a thump, and I went, what was that? So I stood up, and he opened the closet. There was that Ouija board. It landed in the floor. He had just given it away that day. So, needless to say, I didn't stay long. This didn't happen to me, but this happened to my ex-best friend. She said that they were up there, her and her friend, and our guy friend were fooling with it. And I cautioned her against it, but, you know, her and her friend thought they were into to witchcraft. We'll go into that soon. One of the many reasons why I don't fool with him anymore. I'm sorry, my nose is just itching so bad. Allergies. Anyway, I'll try to stop. But anyway, they got to the spirit of his uncle came through, I guess. That's what she was telling me. And it attached itself to her. My best friend, let's call her Mandy, for the sake of not revealing real names here. And her other friend, we'll call her Sarah. Anyway, Mandy said that it attached itself to her and said that it liked her and that it was going to follow her home. And she said, no, you're not. And they asked how it felt about Sarah. And it said that it didn't like her. Not the first time a spirit has said that they didn't like Sarah. Because Sarah was a tormentor of spirits. In other words, she would like call them out, but she would make fun of them and claim that she could see all kinds of stuff when really she couldn't. Anyway, my friend Mandy looked in the mirror beside her, and she says she seen his face, and that scared her. I'm glad I wasn't there that night, because I would make a new door in that place. So I've only ever heard the negative side of him. And my sister had messed with one, her and her friends, and I cautioned her against it. She didn't listen to me. She was at that age that I'm going to find out for myself. Well, her and her friends messed with one at one of her friends' grandmother's house who had passed away. And the spirits came through pretending to be my sister's grandfather. Me and my brother and sister, I have a different dad than they do. Their dad's grandfather, their dad's dad, confusing, came through, and it started saying all kinds of stuff. And come to find out, it wasn't my sister's grandfather. And the door started swinging open, and the blinds started going up and down, and my sister, being a religious, growing up like we did in a Christian home, or tried to grow up in a Christian home the best we could. The only thing she had was chapstick. So she prayed over that chapstick, and she put crosses over the door to protect them. If they would have listened to Big Sis, that wouldn't have happened in the first place. Ouija boards scare me because you can open up a doorway and let spirits in, and if you don't close it properly, they stay with you. They can even follow you home. So don't let anybody tell you that spirits cannot follow you home, because they can most certainly follow you home. You get some of the old timers say that when someone passes away that is in your family, you immediately come home and you take a different route home to keep their spirits from following you home. You cover the mirrors up in your house with black cloth to keep the spirits from getting sucked into the mirror. And it's just all these old wives' tales that you hear. And around here where I live in West Virginia, you hear all kinds of stories. It's like this place is super haunted. And if you love cemeteries, you will love it here, because I live on a road that has at least 10 of them scattered. So, yeah. I can remember one night my ex-best friend Mandy left here and she went home. And I can remember her calling me in a frantic just voice saying, "Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God." I'm like, "What?" She said, "I seen a ghost of a woman in white walking the cemetery beside my house." I'm like, "Okay." She said the moon was full and you could see her walking. It was like she was dancing. So, yeah. So spirits are real. Ouija boards, you can make them out of pizza boxes. The same thing, if you intend on conjuring spirits, you can make it happen. So please, please, please do not mess with the Ouija board. The wrong way, you get the Ouija board and you're taunting the spirits and you're like, "Oh, spirits, make yourself known," jokingly about it. You don't. That's scary. That is very, very scary. If you don't know what you're doing, don't fool with one. And I strongly recommend you not messing with one to start with. Like I said, personal preference. You either like them or you don't. I personally hunt ghosts the old-fashioned way. EVP sessions, which I'll have to dig out my digital recorder and let you hear some of the things that I've captured. So please, stay away from them. Please, please, please. Another thing I wanted to say, I don't know if I'm going to make this channel solely about ghost talk or random vlogs from time to time. Quite possibly that might happen because it's too difficult to keep up with 2 different channels, like my main channel and then a vlog channel. It's hard. My daughter says, you know, Mom, stop making so many different accounts, which is true because I cannot keep up with them. But from time to time you might see me post some kind of random vlog. But anyway, thank you for your time. If you like it, thumbs up, subscribe, like, you know, comment. Let me know what you want to see. Ask me questions, any questions that you want to know. I'm sorry this video was like long and random. I started talking about the Ouija board and proceeded talking about ghosts and all of that stuff, but I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!